Um, I think we're about to be live. Can somebody check if we're live?
Hold on.
I'll let you know in a sec.
I think we're about to be live.
I'm
I know we're
looking
kind of
at
be
it.
live.
Oh, we're live.
Are we live?
Yeah.
It says all right.
I see my face.
All right. What's up, everyone? How's everybody doing today? My name is OJ. Welcome to PE Podcast number 43. And we're right on time, right, guys?
Oh,
Yeah.
We're right on time. Shout outs to the on time crew. I am going to pull up my Twitch chat too. So for all the Twitch boys and girls,
We're
For all the one person in there.
I know for the one we need to make sure that one person is heard.
It's you just watching your own stream to make sure it's okay.
Hey man, hey, it's better than nobody, right?
You just have to ask yourself sometimes, OJ, are you okay?
All right. K19 starting off the podcast right, giving
what
giving
do you
me
do already?
giving me 70 cents and Google 30 cents. Thank you. I appreciate that, K19. With the dollar donation, every dollar counts. So thank you so much, K19. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. 70%
Oh,
praise.
and every like counts, so hit that like button too.
Every like counts. Every dollar counts. Every like counts. And then Solid T says notifications finally working. Well, for now. For now. Let's see what happens later. Let's see what happens later on this one here.
I'm gonna have to mail my subscribers that I have a video.
Mailing it. Hey, I have a new video. Just have your face just like this. Like, new video.
Yeah, because that's the only way they'll get notified.
We have the full crew here. We're gonna start off with everyone's favorite Mandy. Mandy, what's up, Mandy?
Hello, hi guys.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you. My Spawn Wave shirt hasn't come yet, so I was hoping
mine.
it would be here since
I was too cheap with the shipping. I was like, man,
Me too.
I'm gonna just let it take a month. It's okay. I got some people. There's some people like, I got the shirt. Yeah, like I got it the next day. I was like, damn, y'all paid like half the price for the shirt just to get it shipped the next. Y'all crazy,
I
but
got
all right.
standard shipping, standard.
They really wanted that shirt quick. But shout outs though, shout outs. All right, then we also got Jordan Fringe. Jordan, what's up, man?
Hey, that's me. Hi, I am here. Hello.
I thought that was a Meat Boy shirt at first,
But
it's not.
No, it's a Friends of Mine podcast.
Also, shout outs to K19 with the $5 donation, and he says YouTube is giving free super chats for me. What the f? Yo, keep them coming. Wait a minute, hold up. Did you just say free super chats? Are you sure it's not coming out like your Google account that you have? Like, what was it? What's that currency that Google uses?
Google?
No,
Gold?
they use like something else. Like they have like a Google currency or whatever.
I don't trust that.
I don't know what it is. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about Google today. But shout outs, yo, let's go. Yeah, it looks like notifications are definitely working a little bit better today because we do have more people in at the beginning than we usually have for some of my other podcasts or my other streams. So maybe it's working today. And then look, yo, shout outs to K19, yo, with another 70 cents. Let's go. Shout outs, let's go, man. Thank you.
YouTube is slowly robbing him, trying to see if he'll notice dollar by dollar.
Yeah, what's probably happening is that this is actually coming out of my account, so it's just like really nothing's happening right now. So, but shout outs to K19. Thank you for the $5 donation as well. And then last but definitely not least, we have Baron. What's up, Baron?
What's going on? It's a sad day. It's a sad day because R.I.P. Xbox. We're gonna miss you. You know, I know all the Xbox, all the X-Dots, and all the Xbots was very upset about what happened with Halo and Master Chief Collection. You know, it is what it is.
Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I think that's an interesting discussion that we're definitely gonna discuss, and it's going to be a lot of fun to discuss those things because I think that Microsoft. I know what they're trying to do, and I applaud them, but there a lot of hardcore Xbox fans are not happy about it.
I mean, I would be.
Nah, dude. Xbox on top right now, man. What you talk about?
Killing it. Xbox got the games that don't have flat grass in it. They
did the one thing I've been asking for Master Chief Collection. That's give me that Halo Reach, and then putting all the Halo games on PC. That's a smart move. That keeps the games living longer. That's a good move.
I'll be honest. I kind of used to believe it. I've never said this to anybody, so this is an exclusive. But I kind of used to be a beast at Halo on Halo Reach. On the
Yeah,
Xbox
dude, Reach was
360.
my game, dude. I love Reach.
I
I
used to kinda be
cannot
a
wait for
beast
that
at
game
that
to
game.
come.
I just played the first one. I hated
Dude,
it.
we're doing live streams playing Reach together.
I played the first one and the second one. I thought it was the most overrated thing I ever played in my life.
What, Halo 1 and Halo 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Halo
So I
one,
never-
like
I never
did you ever
became a
play?
Halo fan.
Did you ever play LAN parties?
No.
Okay. See. Look, I hate the campaigns in Halo. I hate the campaigns. I hate everything in Halo except for LAN parties. Halo and LAN is the best to me. Even online is not as fun. What's fun is LAN. That's what I felt like Halo. I can still to this day play LAN parties and be like, that. This is one of the greatest experiences ever. You've got to have them right there, in my opinion, at least. I know you can play online and it's fun, and that's what many people are going to be doing. But if you do LAN parties, like if we all like, I don't know, E3 somehow, you guys all got to my house and we hooked up Halo and we played LAN like two on twos, it would be fun as hell. I did it in college. I did Halo 1 in college, and well, I mean, the game wasn't too old at that point, but it was definitely old, right? Because it came out on the original Xbox. I was in college. I think I did that in 2009, or 2008 or 2009. So it was multiple years after. We played it for like 5 or 6 hours just straight. It was hella fun. So I don't play the campaign. I've never beat a Halo campaign because I don't. Oh no, I have. I lied. I beat Halo ODST. I beat the campaign for that, but that was trash. I didn't like it. I just beat it for the achievements.
So real quick, K19 sent me an image that showed his super chat thing.
Yeah.
And right under the option super chat, there was an option that says free super chat, and it says one left, $1 value free from YouTube Premium.
Okay.
So I guess he has an option of 3 of them to just send out for free randomly to different people.
Thank you for spending your free super chats on my channel. I actually, that's really thoughtful, and I appreciate that, man. Since you only get a few of those, so I appreciate that, K19 spending 2 of them on the channel. So shout outs, man. Thank you for supporting the podcast. You guys want to get into Halo and Microsoft and xCloud first? Or you guys want to go into something? Or you guys want to start with Devil May Cry?
We might as well go into that.
All right.
We might as well go into it.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and start off.
So depressing. You might as well.
Let's start off with Mandy. Did you see all the stuff that was going down with Halo?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of salt.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Also, what do you think about if you can kind of put together all of your thoughts? What do you think about the Project xCloud and the streaming? Are you into that as well?
I'm not really into streaming games. I kind of like still my physical games. I mean, it's cool. I'm not really an Xbox person, honestly, so.
You're not excited for potential streaming, like, so you can, like, let's just say, like, you can stream maybe to your Switch, like Xbox games or just stuff like that?
The only games I would see playing on the Switch is like Ori, maybe Cuphead. I'm not gonna play Halo on my Switch.
Not gonna be a hardcore Halo player?
What?
I hate Halo. I played the first one. It was so like, I don't know how to explain it. Every time you walked, it felt like you were ice skating. So you're like sliding across the room all the time.
What?
I just stopped playing.
Shout outs to the super chats. We will get those in just a bit as soon as we get through some of these topics here. We will get the super chats though. Thank you to Avedon for the $2, and also thank you to Ethan R. Real quick, I guess I can get this one. He says, "Can I get a flat grass?" That's what he says.
Flat grass gonna be the new phrase of 2019.
It already is becoming that.
You gotta capitalize now. Make that merch.
You know what? Man, that's a good idea.
I mean, I'm saying.
I might come up with something. I might come up with something.
That's a good idea. But Mandy, do you have anything else to say when it comes to this whole Project xCloud and Microsoft, or are you good with your Kirby on the 3DS?
I'm good with my Kirby on the 3DS. I don't need all that yet. I mean, it's cool to have, but I kind of like physical games, and I feel like they're slowly dying a painful death.
Hey, don't speak that into existence.
Sorry. And about the Halo coming to the PC, I mean, I can see that hurting a lot of Xbox fans because that's like a flagship exclusive for the Xbox, like the last one standing, I guess. But, inevitable. More people get to play it and enjoy Halo. I mean, it's all good.
All right.
And
What about you, Jordan? Any thoughts?
As far as digital gaming, don't really care about it unless I have to. You know, that's just always been my mentality until the day I have to worry about it. Then I really don't care. So I'm not too worried about it. It's just more options to do things, and it's just the way that the gaming's going. Then as far as Halo, I think coming to the PC is a smart move on Microsoft's behalf. I mean, like I think a lot of people don't understand. Like I know there's the but it's for the Xbox. Keep it here on my system that I paid for. Microsoft owns both the PC and the game console, so it's just a win-win for everyone. Halo 1 and 2 were on PC, and this has been a long-awaited thing that people have wanted. Now coming to Steam is very interesting. I think that was a smart idea by them to work with Steam on that. And I think they're going to be able to keep games like Halo 3, Reach, and who cares about 4 and 5? But at least Halo 3 and Reach are now going to find new life on the computer and on the console. So at least Reach on the console as well going forward. If they have some cross-play with servers, they can get everything working out great. You know, you can go back to playing Halo with the keyboard and a mouse. Fantastic. That's great. Like that, it's just more options to play. You know where you want to play them. Some people are console people, some people are PC people. Myself, I'm both. I'm happy to get it twice. I'm very excited, and I think it's just a smart move to keep their games longer. And now they have a bigger lineage to have Halo now on the PC. Just think of the mods that we're gonna get out of Halo 3 and Reach. Now they're putting them on the PC. Man, that's gonna be. I'm excited, dude. I'm legitimately excited for that. That was a cool announcement.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're talking about just so we're clear on this, Halo 5 isn't coming to PC.
Oh, okay, thank God. No one cares anyway.
It's Halo 1 through 4, and it's the Master Chief Collection. So there you go on that one. So Baron, also Matthew Hammond also commented Mandy. Matthew Hammond said Mandy is looking nice on Twitch. So there you go, Mandy.
oh, thank you, but I don't Twitch.
Yeah,
Twitch.
Twitch? I don't have a Twitch.
No, it's multi-broadcast. So
you're being watched on Twitch.
Yeah, being watched. He just says you're looking nice, but he also said everyone is looking great. But he did say you first.
Thank you.
Shout outs to Mandy. So Baron, I know you don't care about this too much, right? So go ahead and give us your thoughts on this, my man.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't care because, I do have one of those Xbox things. So I made a video on it actually when it first happened. But I think everybody is in agreement that it is a good thing. It's especially a good thing for Microsoft, but it's not a good thing for everybody because there's one specific individual that doesn't not like this, and that's those loyal Sony X-Dots. They lost their minds when this happened. I mean, they threw a temper tantrum worse than R. Kelly did on CBS with Gayle King. It was something crazy.
You're killing me.
You know what I mean? You're killing me. You're killing me with this.
I've been telling y'all for 30 years.
They've been loyal to Microsoft for 30-something years. Well, Microsoft ain't been in that game that long, but you get what I'm saying. And I don't know what else these loyal fans need to see. This is going to be their future. They said they want Xbox games on every device, and they meant every device. And they're showing you every device now with their games coming to Steam now. So it's just the next logical step. They officially announced Xbox Live for mobile, iOS, and Android today. The Switch announcement is coming. So, I mean, more power to Microsoft. You know what I mean? I think Microsoft, like I said before, I think they're doing a soft transition into becoming a third-party publisher. They're going to put out hardware next year. I mean, next year they are going to put out hardware, but their next console will probably be the last one. And I think they're making a great move for them with Google coming out with what they're doing. So they're kind of getting the heads up on Google a little bit, depending on what they show us on the 19th when it comes to Google. But I think they kind of getting the heads up. And they also confirmed that the project xCloud is coming out this year. So they're really trying to beat Google. Yeah, they're trying to really beat Google to the punch. So everything they've been trying to do over the last year has just been smart moves. It's just moves that the Xbox fanboys don't want to see. I mean, Xbox brand is now a third party brand. You're just gonna have to accept what it is. It is what it is at
There's
this
a
point.
reason they have survived together was that first thing we ever saw when it came to, oh, it's starting to branch off somewhere. And it's like, hey, Nintendo, we're going to do stuff together, surviving together. And I don't see this as a bad thing. Like, I get like not having like that precious exclusivity to the thing that you purchased and you've been supporting and you've been loyal to. But I also do think that Xbox itself, even past the next console, will still have consoles at that budget digital level where they'll still put out something to be the cheapest entryway into the market. So you can be like, hey, if you still want just a new Xbox, like here's the newest model or the newest name or whatever, that's the cheapest console on board, can play all these games, stream them, 4K, and all that stuff. But you can play them on PC. You'll have certain games that'll be able to be played on Switch or iOS or whatever. And I think it's a smart thing, and I think that they're doing the thing to keep them together. They're fine losing out on money, like the time being, basically, because they know they can build it back later, and they've never really been about making the biggest profit anyway, in my opinion, at least, because Microsoft's loaded, and so that same thing with how Google's going to handle their console. They'll load it; they can handle a failure on their part. So I see it as good. I see it as good either way for them to go third party.
Yeah, I think it's a good option for them. I don't think they really had to. I don't think they should have gave up, but in a sense, to gamers like me and everybody else in the game community, it seems like they have given up and they chose this option over being a traditional option of being a console manufacturer. But I think in their mind, I don't think they're giving up because at the end of the day, it's all about that revenue to them. They don't give a damn how they get it as long as they get it. So
that's why I think that it's rather than giving up, I think it's gaming the system. I think they see what the trends are and how things are doing and realized what happened this past generation with their consoles versus how the markets are heading. And they're like, okay, how do we get on top of this? How do we get bigger and better than ever? And how can we get our exclusive games to be purchased and played more? One, put them on the PC. Putting Halo on the PC, the sales are going to make on old Halo games that they don't have to spend the money to make again, aside from polishing them up a little bit and putting them somewhere else, is going to be ridiculous. That's going to help them fund a bunch more things, and hopefully the next Halo game will automatically launch on PC or have a Switch version that can be played through the whatever service they put on there. It's going to be huge for them, and they'll be making more money than ever not having the exclusives by being this third party. And it sucks because exclusives do drive console sales, but if they don't care about the console, it doesn't matter. They want that money. They're going to make if they bring back a lot of stuff with Rare to Nintendo specifically and are like, yo, we have an Xbox Nintendo exclusive. So we're putting out a brand new Banjo-Kazooie that's exclusive for the Nintendo Switch. Like stuff like that is going to drive certain sales in a good partnership where they can make a hell of a lot of money, more than they ever would just putting Banjo-Kazooie on their Xbox One by itself. That's how I see it going.
I think I'm kind of nervous now for E3 because we see what they're doing, and then if anybody watched that boring ass Inside Xbox the other day,
that's where
they confirmed. Yeah. Well, some people just read about it. They ain't actually look at the damn program because the program is pretty damn boring. It really is. It'll put you to sleep. But they showed off a fake ass demo of the xCloud with Forza Horizon on the phone. That was the fakest demo since the Kinect demo back at E3. It was ridiculous. But they showed that demo, and then what was I about to say? And then what did he say? Oh, they confirmed that Halo Infinite was going to be at E3. A lot of people missed that part of the presentation. So they hyped up Halo Infinite being revealed, which I think is going to have a lot to do with all the stuff you're seeing going on now. And then they said they're changing something about Xbox Plaza or something. They changed the Microsoft Plaza to the Xbox Plaza, and they're doing a lot of more interactive stuff, which makes me believe that maybe xCloud will probably be playable at E3 this year. it makes me wonder if the new system will be there as well, because they push an interactivity with the fans and the media for E3 this year, which means they're gonna basically go hands on with something they want you to to test out.
Okay, I do want to ask. This is a question for Jordan Fringe, and Jordan, since
That's me.
This is a question that I want to, and this is not necessarily to do with Microsoft. I mean, we're just going to talk about this because I just saw this pop up. This is the breaking news that you guys are looking for on Player Essence. Jordan, is Borderlands of any type coming to Switch?
Oh,
answer us now.
I hope so.
Oh my God!
I don't know. I don't know.
Is Borderlands coming to Switch or not?
He already let the new Skate game leak.
I didn't say anything about Skate. I never said anything about Skate 4.
So let me ask, just say if you think Borderlands in some form, doesn't have to be Borderlands 3, if you think Borderlands is coming to Switch, you could just be silent right now and we can move on to the next topic, okay?
Really?
I don't know, but I do think that at minimum we should get the Handsome collection, which is Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel on the Switch. They're never going to port 1. I'd be surprised if they port 1 because that's one they've never ported past the 360 in the PS3 era. So yeah, I would assume but that all depends on how confident Gearbox is with trying to get Borderlands 3 on the system. If we're going to get that over, I think if they think that there's interest, they'll port over 2 and the Handsome collection, and if it does well, which I don't know how well it's going to do. I mean, I'm sure it'll do well, but it's been put on so many different things so many times that it sold well. So I'm not sure how many people would rebuy it for the Switch.
Borderlands? I would totally rebuy Borderlands.
I mean, I'm day one, absolutely, but I don't know how many people have that big of interest. Because I feel like I'm the only one person who bought it on the Vita, and the only person who bought the VR version.
But the Vita version was not that great, though.
No, I really hope if they do put it over, that it's not the Vita version or anywhere close to that. Like it's not as downgraded as that one was. But yeah, I would hope that they're bringing it over. I don't know. I would want it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just said I'd want it.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. When it comes to that, I hope they do it. I think it'd be in their best interest to do it on time though, because you're gonna get more and more games that are gonna come out day and date on Switch, and I think people are gonna really start scaling back on buying.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about 3.
Oh,
if you're gonna bring over the old games,
coming day and date on the Switch now.
Look, third parties gonna have to start doing that.
Well, they're
gonna have to start doing
based on what Mr. Pitchfork had to say.
Pitchfork? Who's Pitchfork?
Mr. Pitchfork.
It's Pitchfork.
Pitchfork. Sorry. I call him Pitchfork.
Oh, you said Pitchfork. I'm like, who the hell is that?
I mean, there's been Pitchfork riots. So.
Yeah, there's been some Pitchfork. I'm joking when I say it, but I mean, like based on what he said that they were talking to Nintendo about it, and then all of a sudden Nintendo said, no, not talking anymore. I don't know if I can believe what he says all the time because like Randy's kind of crazy. I think this dude's literally crazy, but like
that don't even sound like.
Yeah, he thinks certain things with the female body parts are magic tricks.
Oh my god!
I'm just telling you, this is what Randy said. He said that they were talking to Nintendo about Borderlands, and all of a sudden Nintendo just stopped talking to them out of nowhere, and everyone's like, "Oh, Nintendo, this is why you never get third party." And Nintendo's like, "Bro, we didn't even say shit."
I'm
like, what?
Look, man, the third party support continues to get better. You like I said, every month, almost every other week. Today, you got the confirmation of what Rebellion and the Sniper Elite games. It's like, it's like every month they're jumping on it because they want that money. This system just keeps going and it keeps increasing and it keeps accelerating. So they're gonna try to get their games out, and I applaud like Warner Brothers and NetherRealm, whoever they outsource it to get Mortal Kombat on day and date. I think they understand the importance of having it there day and date on the Switch.
Sure.
And I think they're going to be rewarded very well for doing that too.
Yeah, did y'all see that Gearus, that new his fatality
Oh
version
my
2 or
God,
whatever.
dude. That was
Yeah, I
disgusting.
seen it.
How do they get worse every time? Like, how do they get so much more gruesome? How do they think of more stuff to do to
I don't think
rip
it was
open
that
someone?
bad.
That was
That
disgusting.
What are you
that bad.
That was
talking about?
horrible. Dude,
Throws her
that-
into his
ripped
sand
her-
wall, rips her skin off from the thumb to here,
From the-
and
from
then
the
rips her in
top.
half, and
I
she just
don't-
explodes.
Maybe it's just me. That didn't seem that bad. To
That
me.
was
I
the
like,
worst
what is-
one yet.
That was absolutely
I've seen them
disgusting.
all.
Sakura Pass.
The worst one I seen had to be it had to be Sonya Blade. It had to be the Sonya Blade one. Honestly, to
not
me.
Where she
no,
shoots
not
him in the
yet.
eye?
Yeah, I mean, she shooted him in the eye. Like,
Yeah, she
Baraka's is
shooted
worse
him in
than
the
that
eye.
because Baraka takes the brain and chomps on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, look, I guess because of me, because I played Mortal Kombat all my life.
I have
I
never
played Mortal
seen
Kombat
someone
too.
be ripped in half like that.
Me either.
Her skin
From the thumb, he grabs her thumb and just rips the
rips
whole
her
tendons
thumb?
and skin off, and then rips it from the middle and just sits there and goes, ah, and you
It
watch her die. You watch her go, and her life just ends.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. It's
I-
amazingly bad.
It doesn't
disgusting.
it doesn't bother me. It
It
didn't
doesn't
I was-
bother me, but that's
It
the worst one
bothers
I've seen.
me.
yet.
No, I
It
was wondering
bothers
why
me.
everybody was flipping out.
bothered.
I was like,
I don't like it.
I'm
like-
bothered. I can't play this game. I can't. I was going to, but I can't play this game.
I'm buying it day one.
I mean, I'll watch because there's going to be some amazing streamers. I mean, Low Tier is going to be streaming it, and it's going to be funny, like, you know, like him like doing stuff on there. Like other streamers are going to play. I'll watch, but I cannot play I cannot play this game. There's no way in hell I'm playing this game. Like I can't anymore. Like it's too.
Why
it's
you
just
can't?
too much.
It's
too
just
much.
it's just a game.
I know it's just a game, but dude, like there's limits for
I
me.
just can't wait to see
How's
it.
there
in 4K.
limits, man?
For me,
that
personally.
game does not look any more graphic than what Resident Evil 2 did, the remake. I mean,
No,
Resident
it's
Evil 2 is pretty
worse
much up there.
because you're not talking about like zombies or whatever. Like you're talking about like people that were like, and not yet, but like it's like the graphics look better in this game than Resident Evil 2 remake.
I don't know about
the
all
graphics-
that now.
Dude, the graphics are freaking amazing. This is the most.
I didn't say
decent-
it was bad, but I think they're pretty much equal to me because both of those games look phenomenal.
Look, like I said, I'll watch people play it and I'll go, oh, like when it happens on Twitch, like when there's, I watch Mortal Kombat all the time. Like I always watch the tournaments. I'll watch Sonic Fox and these guys play it. But for me personally, I can't be looking at that.
Oh, I
out of
can't
nowhere.
wait.
I don't see the issue.
I'm too much of a wussy.
I'm not turned away by the violence. I just am baffled by how far they go every time. Like you thought like the last game had the worst fatalities and the game before that had the worst ones because time keeps getting better. But it's like with this game, everything they show is like, how do they not think of this? Like this is insane levels of violence that no other video game has shown this kind of graphics like this.
Like this.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean-
I haven't seen it.
I mean, they got to do something. They can't be the same as every other fighting game. So, I mean, they got to have their thing. Their thing is
No,
gore.
but like,
That's their
but
thing,
compared to their own games, like, how do they continually top themselves? Like, I don't get
Well,
it.
You got to. You
I
can't
just
have
don't
the
know how
same
they
old
think
thing
of
every
more
time.
ways to kill someone. Like they're just like, you know what? Instead of just stabbing him this time, we're gonna punch him in the face, stab him in the gut, rip open the gut, break a couple ribs, floss my teeth with the ribs, gouge out their eyes. Like I'm like, who's writing
you
this?
just-
Who's coming down with these options?
Psychopaths?
Like
You
they
just
literally
gave
have
them
to
an
hire.
idea.
That's what I'm
Like
thinking.
they're
Psycho.
going to jails to find like cannibals and like extreme serial murderers. And like, all right, so how did you kill them? Oh, okay, got it. And we're gonna implement that in the game.
What's your dream kill? Or something.
There-
Yeah, like
there's a
what's your
million
dream
ways
kill?
to decapitate somebody. So
No, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen or it shouldn't be on there or people shouldn't play it. I'm gonna watch. But to me, it's more of like to me, Mortal Kombat is more of like a spectator type of thing. First of all, the gameplay is okay. It's cool, but I've never been I haven't been as big of a Mortal Kombat fan. Mortal Kombat 9, that was great. I played it, but I mean, I'm just not really into Mortal Kombat like I used to be into it. So like it's like I said, people go out there. I'll buy the game and I'll give it away to somebody on Switch. I'll do a giveaway for the Switch version just because I want to support the developers. So I'll buy a copy and give it away. But I mean, just for me, I'm not playing it, but I'll buy a copy.
Man, I'm not
man.
playing
Don't-
that game on the Switch.
don't-
I can use my Joy-Cons.
don't get weak like that, OJ.
What?
You can't be pussing boots out like that, man.
No,
You gotta
it's cool,
you gotta
man.
stand
I'm
up,
gonna
man.
watch. I don't have to play everything. There's nothing wrong with watching. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with watching video games. We heard about Ninja getting paid $1 million to simply just stream a game. So obviously, watching is important, right? So hey,
get that bag.
Nah, man, we gotta make you play this game, man. What I gotta do? Do we have to face each other on live stream for you to play this game?
I don't want to play the game. It's disgusting.
No, you gotta play the game, man.
And I don't
play the game.
I do not formulate my manhood on freaking a video game like you weirdos in the chat do. Okay, that's about as tough as any of you guys are, is playing video games. None of you guys ever hit somebody in real life, some of your children.
I hit somebody.
Okay? I'm just saying, a lot of these people out here, these play video games, they sit there and act like such hardcore gamers. You guys are a bunch of sissies in real life. You guys would run away scared if anybody actually tried to hit you. Let's just put that out there, okay? Let's just put that out there.
No, you gonna play this game, man. You gonna play this game. All right, you gonna play this game. You gonna play it with me. You know what I mean? You up here, you came with all this nonsense this year with supporting flat grass and Pokemon to what you gonna play this game. You need to play this game.
I will buy the game. I will buy the game and give away a copy.
He said I'm gonna give it away.
Get that review copy.
I mean, I could get a review copy. That's true. I could. I mean, I was, but man, I don't know.
Listen, for the amount,
the graphics aren't going to be as good on Switch, so maybe I won't be as nauseous when I see it. Maybe it'll be toned back maybe a little bit.
For the amount you praise Ed Boon's eyebrows, I'm sure he loves you enough to give you the game.
Oh my god, you're silly.
You praise his eyebrows.
Oh,
Ed praise his eyebrows.
Yeah, Ed Boon's eyebrows.
No, I wasn't dissing you. I'm dissing. I was saying that you.
I know. Every time you're silly. You're silly. I look, his eyebrows, Ed Boon's eyebrows. I respect them.
What?
I respect them.
Why you respect his eyebrows? What is going on?
Have you seen his eyebrows?
His eyebrows? Ed Boon?
Yeah, it's been a minute, but
that's the real Italian man. You shave a piece off, it grows right back.
Ed Boon eyebrows.
You don't have to search the eyebrows specifically.
I'm about to search that too.
Let me search them. Real quick, guys, before we move on to the next topic. The reason why we talked about Borderlands is because there was an article on Nintendo Everything, and then it says Gearbox has some fans thinking that Borderlands 2 could be announced for the Switch soon, because it says over the past few days, Gearbox has been sharing images on Twitter that tease upcoming announcements for PAX East 2019. Another one was published today, and it's one that Nintendo fans could be interested in. Gearbox's latest tease is a pixelated screenshot from the mystery game. The thing is, it's not really a mystery. Fans determined that it was Borderlands 2. Let me go ahead and let me show you guys. I'll just put it up here.
Wait a minute. Didn't some developer?
Oh, that's the worst blurred image I've ever seen.
I know, it's pretty horrible, huh?
Wait, where is it?
I didn't even see this one today. That's literally
where's that at? Hold on,
that's literally just the Siren character from the second game.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's the market. That's the one area in the game where you're trying to go save Roland.
Yeah.
What? This is second game.
Yeah. So
this is the worst image I've ever seen.
So
blurred.
people are thinking, wait a minute, this has to be Switch because the game's already out on PS4 and Xbox One.
Well, yeah, the game came out and they ported that in 2014.
Yeah, exactly. I have it. With the Handsome Jack collection. So
yeah,
that's the reason why we brought up the whole Borderlands thing. Are they saying, okay, wow, they're actually going to bring Borderlands? I mean, yeah, this is a horrible.
I mean, I don't know why you guys asked me. I think this kind of tells you it's happening. Dope.
By your reaction, you pretty much knew it was happening.
Listen, I don't say nothing unless I know something. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
It's coming out.
But okay, so can confirm now. I'm gonna say this without a shadow of a doubt. I'm gonna be there at the panel the day Gearbox is having the panel at PAX East. I'm gonna be there, so I won't be here on the podcast that day, but the week after. Well, I mean, y'all report on it already. I was gonna come back with my full report, but I was like, who cares? Like, everyone's gonna have a video out day one, but. Yeah, so we're gonna get that Borderlands 3. I want OJ. You want to pull up that Borderlands 3 image that got the teaser image, so I can explain.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, so Borderlands 2. I don't know if it's the full Handsome collection they're bringing over. At minimum, that's Borderlands 2. That's a straight up image from the game. So good. Bring that over. That's fantastic. I'll buy it again. I'll buy it over 1 million times. That's fine. It's a great game. A lot to do.
The Borderlands 3 image, that one?
The teaser, yeah. So I had so many people hitting me up like about this when this dropped, being like, "Could this be Borderlands? Like, could it be Borderlands 3?" I'm like, "Are you stupid? Of course it's Borderlands 3." Like, okay, one, the dead giveaway, aside from the cell shading, the cell shading is like, yeah, it says Boston, the 28th has the blood on there, okay, Apocalypse, and 90% of the company has been working on Borderlands 3. But it seems like everyone's missing the smallest yet biggest detail on this picture.
Yeah.
Look in the top right corner. What number is cut off?
Looks like a 4.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, it looks like it's a 3, people. What other game is a third game that they're making in this art style that would be an apocalyptic wasteland? With actually that background, that area that we're seeing is very similar to the tech demo that he gave, that Randy Pitcher gave like some years ago, showing off like the new physics and lighting engine for Borderlands 3. So, yeah, this is it. Like, it's happening here. We were supposed to get this announcement in January for the longest time. And then, of course, Randy Pitchford dropped a USB device, and that got out into the news that he has some girl doing magic tricks with her naughty bits, and that's crazy. But here we are. Now we're getting Borderlands 3 finally, and I'm going to be sitting there front row. Probably not front row, but I'll be sitting there as close to the front as I can, waiting to see this announced, because it's happening at PAX, and that'd be great if they also hit it with that 1-2 saying and Borderlands 2 and maybe pre-sequel on the Switch. So it's going to be a good day for Borderlands fans on the 28th.
I really hope so. I mean, to be honest, I'm not expecting Borderlands 3 for Switch, but
I don't expect it for Switch. I do not expect it for Switch.
Why do y'all not expect it?
Because I think that they're going to focus on They always do this. Like a lot of these.
When did the development start on it? That's the better. That'll give you a good indicator.
They've been working on this game for a long time.
A long time. It started maybe like 5 years ago, or 5 or 6 years ago. But
it literally started right after 2 came out. The pre-sequel happened in between there. Because I have a story when I got to talk to Randy Pitchford on the phone shortly after the second game came out, back when I was working at GameStop, because I met someone who was his friend from childhood, and he's able to sign my copy of the game and all this extra stuff. And he talked to me on the phone, and he asked what would I want to see in a potential third game, and told me that they are already working on the next game. What would I want to be seen in there, and like what would I as a fan want to see? So I know that they've been working on 3 since at minimum late 2012, right after the game came out, at least storyboarding and ideas and getting drafts together.
When did it re-release on PS4 and Xbox?
2014.
It was a while ago.
So 2014. Yeah. That could be a development cycle issue there.
Well, yeah, it's definitely been. I think there's definitely been some issues with just development and funding and some other stuff. But
I think it's figuring out what they want to do with the game, taking it off Pandora, because we've already had 2 long games on Pandora, figuring out the new characters, which I've seen so many pretty good leaks of what some of the characters could have been throughout the past few months. The tech demo showed off some cool new stuff. I think they've been working hard on trying to make Borderlands 3 a well worth it third game, and not just another 2. You know, because 2 was like the ultimate version of 1. 2 fixed a lot of things, made everything feel varied, and gave it a really good story and all of that. And I don't think they want to repeat themselves, similar to how they kept the pre-sequel so in line with what 2 was, but just adding like, oh, you're on the moon and there's no gravity. You know, so I
still think it's a 50-50 chance.
I don't want to say 100% it's not going to be announced for the Switch. But I wouldn't be surprised if they announce it saying coming to the Switch later on after the release. Like first coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, September, whatever. Then in December coming to the Switch.
I don't see any third party just losing out on that money anymore.
I do. I see it all the time. We still see
I mean, the majority of people who are going to buy it are not on the Switch. I'll say that the majority of people are going to buy it are on PC and PlayStation 4.
Well, I mean, if people are going to buy it on a system, you're going to put it there regardless if the majority is on another system. If they want it, they'll buy it.
A lot of developers don't see the Switch as a system. They see it as a handheld first until they learn about it more.
No,
so I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not saying that I don't want it on there or it can't go on there. What I'm saying is I don't trust Pitchfork Okay,
I,
and his development.
look, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. I don't. When you say Gearbox, Pitchfork, I'm like, they might pull a fast one. They might fuck themselves on this. But I'm thinking about how the Mortal Kombat announcement really surprised us. I'm thinking about how we know Panic Button is working on several projects that we still don't know what they are yet. So, and they're third party projects. So this could be one of them. Who knows? I mean, we got surprised so many times before. So I mean,
No, you're absolutely right. There's some history though. I guess even like with Ed Boon and his team. I mean, they had Injustice right on the Wii U. So there's definitely some history there with what they wanted to do. And Mortal Kombat. So I can see them saying, okay, let's make sure we get this going, on there.
I think they're just common
and he
sense.
he did an interview and said that. He said he already had Switch in mind.
I think he saw the player base. Like he's like, all right, there's a lot of people that have the Switch, and if we can utilize this in some way, shape, or form that actually makes sense for our game, let's get it on there and day one so we have it across the board. But the thing is, not every developer thinks that way. They think to their biggest market before they think about the whole market.
No, I know what you mean. I mean, the Switch is at 32 million now. It's going to change a lot of people's perspective. That's why we're seeing games announced every damn month now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm just saying, like, we was already told that we're going to see some surprising third-party games this year. So we already got one in Mortal Kombat.
Surprises from Japanese developers, mainly.
You think Japan? Well, Mortal Kombat is not Japanese developers.
No, I know, but but I'm just saying mainly. Well, that was last year. I'm talking about surprises this year. A lot of Japanese surprises, more so than anything.
I think for that, and
I'm excited.
I still want to know what these other Panic Button games are. I still want to know what they are.
That's true. Panic Button has some games. Iron Galaxy has some stuff. So Virtuos has some stuff.
Do you know anything?
Well, we know one of them is Doom Eternal, but I'm talking about
there's more stuff outside of that. I don't
know.
Like,
yes, you do.
He might know. He just ain't telling nobody.
They'll probably get the Wolfenstein standalone New Blood game. Or whatever it's going to be called.
I kind of expect that one, so I'm not really.
Yeah, they'll get that one day one. I think that's just important for them to get those kind of games day one now, since they've been putting them on there to good success. So, I don't know. Borderlands would be incredible. Someone said Rage 2.
Rage 2, I think that's the one. I believe Borderlands 3 more than I believe Rage 2.
Yeah, 100%. Like Rage 2 is trying to be like the same vibe as Borderlands, and it kind of captures it in some aspects of the gameplay and the silliness they're going for. But the way what they've shown off what that game's going to do, that's going to be something that Panic Button's going to have to look at and go, okay, give us a little time. If they even want to try to get that game running on the Switch, I think Rage 2 is at a high level. We're talking about cell shading and an engine that doesn't have to produce high-level graphics versus Rage 2 is like 4K, colorful, super realistic world.
I'm listening to you on that, but when Panic Button called out Capcom over Monster Hunter World, I don't doubt them on anything.
Was that
no, I don't think. I'm just saying, Rage 2 day one not going to happen.
That wasn't Panic Button. That was Iron Galaxy.
But I do see Rage 2, a version of it coming over eventually. Maybe. I think like Panic Button or Iron Galaxy.
That game has to be almost done by now, so I don't expect that.
We've spent 40 minutes on 2 topics. So we are gonna have to move on if I want to get you East Coast weirdos out on a somewhat time. Okay, if you guys
Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 is going to be amazing.
If you guys were here on the West Coast, you guys would be, everything would be fine and dandy. It's going to 7 o'clock.
You think I have a time? You know how much sleep I've gotten in the past 7 days? I know
you've been editing for Kim Kardashian and everything. I got it. I got you, my man. I know you've been editing. You've been editing for the rich and famous of YouTube and of the world. We know
for her.
You've been editing for Kim Kardashian. Is bugging, bro. We know. All right. Bugging. So you East Coast weirdos, let's go ahead and let's move on to the next topic here. And we're going to talk about Google console, right? So the Google Google Gaming. Google Gaming.
GG, good game. That's their console. That's a good name. GG.
GG's. Google Game. So it looks like they're going to be announcing something at GDC on March 19th. It's going to be live streamed. I'm going to be streaming it. Everybody's going to be streaming this. We don't know what it's going to take the form of, like exactly what the final form is going to be. So it's right now it's like Frieza. We don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to wait and see. But the chick from Uncharted, what's her name? Amy Hennig? she's gonna be on stage with Google. The dude from Crystal Dynamics, he's gonna be there.
Oh wow.
The dudes from what was it? id Software or not id Software? Doom developers. That id? That's id, right?
Yeah, that's it.
id.
Yeah.
id Software is gonna be there. So there's gonna be
man.
some heavy hitters that are on stage on Google's press conference. So it's definitely gonna be something to watch. We've seen the controller leaks. I don't think that's the final controller, but they're out there. The patents. Yeah, but I don't think it's the final controller. Also, another thing before we get into you guys' opinions, we'll go with you first, Mandy. One more thing I want to add on to that before I get you guys' thoughts. Google recently, or I think they did, or recently, they're going to be adding Joy-Con support and also Pro Controller support to Google Chrome. So
that's cool. I like that. That's cool.
So that can tie into Stream. That can tie into what they're doing with their console. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So Mandy, what are your thoughts on all this Google stuff?
I'm kind of curious. I hope they it better have YouTube on that thing.
I hope so.
What? That's
they
what
own it. That should be day one.
It should be day one. It should be easy to stream on the Google console, like game streaming. They have a service for that, but they probably ain't gonna do that. I feel like it's just going to be a very simple box that could stream a lot of modern games. Nothing like with first-party games or anything. The controller looks weird. I heard it was leaked, so that's probably not the final form. It's kind of...
It's an artist rendition of it. Someone who saw the mock-ups and put that together.
Yeah, and I hope they take advantage of their large gaming base on YouTube, so... we get something started.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just my hopes. Again, I think it's just gonna be a streaming box or something to play modern games or Candy Crush or whatever.
What?
I don't know.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna get the new Google console, play some Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
I have a Google Home, so that
some
would be
Angry Birds
to turn on my lights and stuff, and that'd be cool.
Oh, prove it, show it off.
My Google?
Yeah. Make your lights go off.
Oh, I can't do that.
You just said you can make your lights go off with it.
Yeah.
Okay, Google, let's get the party started, and then all the lights will start dancing. That'd be dope.
Let me see what it'll say. Hey, Google, get the party started.
Looks like you haven't chosen a default music provider.
Oh,
Dang, you gotta put that together.
Yeah.
Play Let's Get It Started by the Black Eyed Peas.
No, don't do that. I don't want to get copyrighted.
Boy, they're gonna strike you down immediately.
I know, man. Seriously,
Well, I was gonna come to your door and be like, "Hey, no,
I don't mess with that licensed music." Jordan, what are your thoughts on this Google console?
It's getting weirder and weirder the closer to this announcement, man. It's like I feel like when we first heard it, we're like, okay, all right, Google, whatever,
good job.
do you? And then it's like, but Sega is doing stuff with them. It's like, okay, I mean, Sonic, whatever. They'll put some old games on there. Oh, who else can be there? It's the what? Who? Amy Hennig. What? What is going on? They're gonna do a huge presentation for it now. So this has turned into something that went from a joke, like in people's minds, like, yeah, we're gonna get the Google console. We're gonna pay money to have a fourth console in the lineup now. I don't know what this is at this point. I don't know if it's a streaming box, a third-party box, has some exclusives. I don't know what this is. And the more I hear about it, the more curious I am. Because like I said earlier, Google's a company that has the money to back this up. This could be a complete failure for them, and it won't hurt their money at all. So I want to see how hard they're going to go with this. If they're really serious about making something special here, they've at least shown it in at least the last couple weeks leading up to it. That's for sure. The controller, the mock-up, not a fan of the controller. If that's what it is, it's not confirmed. It was a mock-up artist rendition. But what I'm hearing about the console, the people that are going to be there, at least has me interested. Like, I don't know what they're going to come out with. So I'm excited. But I think Baron has something to say on it. You looking ready for say something about this? console?
I'm ready to talk about this.
All right, go ahead, rip into it.
Number one, this is now scary because we don't know what they're going to do. And I think everybody's afraid of, having a fourth console per se, even though one company is trying to get out of there on the market. I think it's going to create a big shift. A big shift in competition, because that's what we need. We need more competition, more solid competition. I didn't even know those ID software was going to be there. I didn't know that. Or the girl from Uncharted. I heard about the SEGA thing. So with them putting out that hype trailer, if y'all haven't seen it, go see it. It's on their Twitter and their YouTube. When they put up that hype trailer, I was like, okay, this cannot just be an announcement of streaming. This has to be a physical box. It might be a stream-only box, but it's going to be a physical console. I feel like that's what it's going to be.
Yeah,
and if they, he said Fire Stick. So whatever Google console is going to be named, it can be It can be a very dangerous competitor because I think they're going to make it. I think it will be streaming only. I still going to believe that it's going to be a streaming box
or digital. So can you download games to it too?
It might. I don't know. It could be a streaming only thing, but I think the thing is, I think they're looking at, can we get, because if they're bringing all these people there, they want to put games on this that people like to play so they can get the attention and get people to buy it. And I think they want to have something that is affordable, very affordable. So if it's a streaming only thing or a digital only thing, I think that plays in their favor because some people might fall for it. If they put out the Google Good Game streaming box and it's $129 and I get to play all the new third-party games, like, would you go for it? You know what I mean? Like, it's an interesting thing. It makes you kind of think what Microsoft is doing. Did they have little insider info on what was about to happen? You feel what I'm saying?
I think there's a big possibility that we're going to see something that not a lot of people are expecting with this. I think what they're going to do is not only put out some sort of budget-based, affordable digital console for people who don't have the second option I'm going to bring up. I think that this is beyond just a console, but we've seen with Chrome, especially on computers, have testing of digital streaming for games. Mm-hmm. So what if this is a legit service that if you have a really good computer, you don't have to buy the console and you can order the controller for yourself if you want to play with the controller, but you can access it for like a monthly service or whatever on your computer, all these first-party games based on how good your setup is. But if you don't have a nice setup and you don't want to spend the money to get a new computer, you can buy the device that hooks up to your computer. That is this Google device that lets you do this third-party stuff, and you can also hook that device up to a TV if you don't have a monitor setup. That could be a next level way of having a game console where the game console is not the device you're buying. It's the system's ideas. It's the service they put out there. But you can have it physically as a console and digitally on a computer. And I think a lot more people would go for that and pay for a service because they don't have to buy a new console and they can get games that maybe are not on Steam and games they couldn't get on PC before. I think they could do something big like that. And they'd be like, that gets them more people. I mean, I think everyone basically uses Chrome, but that gets anyone who wants this to be on Chrome. And it adds a whole nother layer to what the future of gaming can be. And that's something, if Google comes out with that to me is impressive.
I think your idea is genius, and I think that's kind of what, ever since they did the whole Project Stream, and I've been watching Jonathan Spawnwave's videos, and I know he did like another one today. I'm thinking it's got to be it's not going to be something traditional. There's no way in hell it's like, hey, you sit this thing down, it's a physical media, you sit there and you play. It's not going to be that. It's got to be something innovative. It's got to be something different. Like it brings in the whole Project Stream. It's got to be something like that to where you're going to be able to play games from there. You can be able to use your Joy-Cons or be able to use your Switch Pro controller or Xbox controller. They've got to do it to where it integrates other things into where it's like, yeah, like you said, like it's, for people who don't want to buy a console every time, but you're paying for that service. But we'll see how it works. I think for the new kids, the Fortnite kids, it's awesome, right? And I don't mean Fortnite's going to be on there. I'm just saying for like the Fortnite kids and the new generation, it's great. I think a lot of people are going to react well to it. I don't know about myself, because I mean I have an Xbox One X, and I'd rather just, if I'm going to play a third-party game, that's the place to play it for me. But I think for other
Yeah.
people, it might be good.
I'm more curious to see it than I am like needing to have whatever they put out there.
Yeah.
Right? I still have the other consoles. I still get the physical stuff, but I want to see if we are obviously going to this digital only setup and it's rumored to be this digital way for this whatever Google's bringing out. I at least want to see something special because we can see too many streaming services get lazy with stuff and be like, all right, stream, you know, whatever. You're going to have to do it anyway now. But if they can do something that takes streaming and makes it simplified and makes it accessible and makes it cost efficient and gives everyone an option to be a part of it, whether it's on a TV, a computer, a tablet, whatever, that's pretty amazing. And I do want to see if that's something they can achieve. And if anyone can do it or has the funds to build that, it's Google.
Absolutely.
So
my question is like, maybe they should, if they're gonna do all that, maybe they should make it like simple for people to live stream or to like easily upload it on YouTube or YouTube
That's-
Gaming, whatever. That could
that's-
really help.
I think that's a good
exactly-
integration.
That's the thing I was about to say. I think that will be an automatic integration thing with them because that will pull a lot of people in.
Yeah.
If they're not going to create a first party lineup, then you have to be able to pull people in with something that they really care about. And if this system / streaming box has whatever it is, has full integration on streaming and better than what we have on PS4, Xbox, and Nintendo
They're
Switch,
just
that
trash,
will-
by the way. Switch can't
Yeah.
even do it. And PS4 and Xbox One is absolutely horrible. Their DVR is
Yeah.
horrible. Their streaming is
Yeah.
absolute garbage. And let me just say that right now for somebody who's tried it out. They're both it's almost so trash, it's not even worth
look,
being in there.
I know what you mean. I tried Mixer
It's
before on Xbox One. I know what you mean. But
Garbage.
if they get that integration and then it integrated into YouTube, and because they own YouTube, that will be a big game changer. They dubbed this thing the future of gaming. So if you dub it like that, you got to really believe in what you're selling. So
I think there's a lot of good ideas going around here. I think that whatever we're talking about or speculating, they've already thought of, trying, done, are thinking about. So wherever we're at, I think Google with this idea, since they're about to get there, is 10 steps ahead of us. I really hope it's not like we're building this up and it's just like, here's a game console, that's all we made. You know,
Fire
I hope
stick.
it's
That's
Yeah.
my word. That's my theory. It's a fire stick.
TV. $30, plug it in.
I just
Yeah.
I think the physical game console part is just a part. It's going to be a part of it. I think your idea was genius. I think the physical game console part would be a part of it because they want to make sure they get every gamer. You know what I mean? There's some people
Yeah.
that don't want to play on PC, and I'm definitely one of those motherfuckers. I don't want to be on no PC. I don't want to play with no keyboard, no mouse. You're not pulling me in with that. You know what I mean? So they want to reach out to everybody. If they really want this to be the future of gaming, they want to reach everybody. So they bring it in traditional, gaming companies on their stage when they present. So I think there will be some type of physical hardware to go with it.
Yeah.
I don't see it being successful without it, honestly, because that's just like that's a shot in the dark. You know what I mean? Because you already have people who are resistant to the ditch physical for digital. We're already resistant to ditch physical for digital. So if you come up with this all streaming, all digital thing out the gate, and there's really no physical piece of hardware to go with it, that's going to be kind of a hard sell. That's going to be, even if you're Google, that's a hard sell to a regular gamer.
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just one of those things we'll have to wait and see. But to kind of move on to the next topic here, guys, we are going to talk about Judgment. This is a very interesting case with this game because this is from the Yakuza developers. They have this really cool, it's like an investigation type of your detective type of game and all this type of stuff. And recently, this game was actually released, I think, in 2018 in Japan, and they've been getting it ready for the launch here in the West. And unfortunately, the game has been halted. The shipments have been halted. The digital sales have been halted because one of the actors in the game, because they use a lot of real life actors, popular actors, he was arrested on cocaine possession or tested positive for cocaine or something like that. And they immediately, SEGA immediately, just dropped all the marketing for it. They pulled the game, and it's just been crazy. And now the Western launch is even in jeopardy. Like Sega, they were asked about like, well, what are you guys going to do about the Western launch coming up in June? They were like, we haven't decided yet.
He's the same voice actor as Olaf in the Japanese Kingdom Hearts, and they're making a patch to take his voice out of Kingdom Hearts.
Damn.
And it's very, very.
I mean,
can I go first on this?
Yeah, real quick. Let me finish with this one here. Let me finish with some of the information. Just from what I understand, people are worried in Japan whenever there's anything with drugs. To give you guys just a little bit of background information. Anything that with drugs with illegal drugs in Japan, it can be tied to the Yakuza, like the real life one, you know? So they get very worried about that in Japan. Like here in America, it's like, okay, well, you're selling drugs or whatever. Well, it might not be tied to organized crime. It just might be somebody who's peddling drugs, you know? Although it could be, but it just depends. But in Japan, they freak out about that because they don't want to be associated with. So just keep that in mind and why maybe they're going through this lane. So go ahead, Baron.
Look, man. If the man hit a little bullet and snorted a little powder, man, what's the big deal, bro?
I just told you.
Like, you know, look, I trust me, I know all about the Japan culture. It's different, especially when I got friends that have wrestled in Japan for wrestling. They really take that drug thing seriously. Even weed, they take very seriously.
Yes.
They will lock your ass up and throw away the key, and it will be hard for you to get back home. But as far as the Western release, what's the big... Nobody cares that you snorted a couple of lines. We see this every day on TV. Like,
literally half of Hollywood doing that.
Like, we got people in Hollywood do it. So I don't understand why the Western release into jeopardy. Why are you patching this man's voice out of the Kingdom Hearts? We over here don't give a damn.
They don't want to.
Well, a couple of lines.
It's the Japanese version. The Japanese version, like with the Japanese voiceover, so they pass it out. But like I said, they don't want to be because apparently there's been issues like this before. Now, and I couldn't find anything, but maybe there's been issues like this before where there is somebody who's actually tied in with the Yakuza, and then their video game business gets swept up into this, and that could ruin everything. You know, I mean, obviously. You know, in Japan, like, you can't carry guns. I mean, there's a lot of not safety issues, but I mean, people are very worried if it's like with the drug business, because the drug business for the most part is all controlled by the Yakuza. Yakuza.
But don't they have a game like based on Yakuza?
They do, but it's not real.
I know, but isn't that kind of putting attention? Because they look really cool in the game.
What happens?
Yakuza.
What happens in the video game?
They look really cool in the game.
What happens in the video game isn't what actually happens. Like,
I know.
God,
but they, funny. Glamorize it. So
I don't think they do. I don't think they do though. If you watch the Yakuza games, the guy's like glowing. He's like, there's people that say, "Hey, you!" like in the middle of the street. It's like Yakuza. It's like it just borrows the themes, but it's not really glorifying like what they do. In my opinion,
by them making such a big deal about this, has made it worse for everything in Japan regarding their games. If the guy got arrested and got in trouble and they did nothing about it, no one would be talking about this. It would be just another thing in Japan, like, oh yeah, that guy. Most people who probably know that guy in Japan or watch him as an actor don't even know he's in this game.
Well, no, it's his actual face. So yeah,
right. But like I feel that like there's a big movie audience that may not cross over with gaming audience, and they might just not care. And like even like the voice of Olaf. Like, they're probably, like, kids playing that aren't associating that actor with Olaf. Well, but I don't know. I just think by what they're doing about this has drawn way more attention to it, and they have jeopardized their own games because of their own attention to it. If they said nothing, they could still release the game here because, like you said, no one cares here. They just love the game. He had a little line of the sweet sugar. All right,
he snorted a little baby powder. Nobody cares.
Listen, he wasn't drug trafficking. He wasn't in the as far as we know, he wasn't in selling the drugs with the Yakuza. He probably just was on a high one night. He's like, you know what, I want to go out. He met someone, got a little bit of that white stuff, snorted it, and got arrested. And that sucks. that happened. I'm not saying you should do drugs, but I'm not here to control your life. If he did it. He's paying the price, and now SEGA, or is it Sega's publishing it? Who's doing this?
Sega's
Sega. So they're ruining their own game by making it this big a deal. Honestly, cancel the Japanese version for a while and still release it in the West because there's people who don't care.
I think that's That makes sense. Hey, let's just halt the Japanese version and let's just release it in the West and see how it does. I mean,
that might happen. There's no definitive one way or another yet. So
I don't see when I read this headline, I was like, why is this even a headline? Like, this
now,
is really not
if the guy murdered someone, if the guy sexually assaulted someone, if it was on those levels, then absolutely it deserves like, all right, pull this game right now. No promotion to this guy. Absolutely. But if he had some cocaine, he smoked some weed, he's an alcoholic, stuff like that, that's everyone. That's every actor in Hollywood. That's every actor across the world. I don't know what you want, Japan. All right?
I don't know.
He got busted for a little bit of that crack rock. All right?
I feel I feel like since he got caught with this, it might help the sales in America.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, dude, this guy's for real.
Probably because he's like, oh, he's probably part of the Yakuza for real. I mean, this is real life, you know.
Cool.
If I was Sega, I would just halt the release of the Japanese version. I would take his face, blow that shit way up, have him take up all the space on the game box, and release it in America. Because we all know drugs and crime. That's the biggest seller when it comes to entertainment industry in America. They want to see a good drug movie. That's what America like to see. They want to see some drugs and want to see some crime.
I'm waiting for the FBI to come in.
This is such a stupid story, man.
It is. I was like
this guy, this like poor guy is going through so much just because he wanted a little bit.
What?
Listen, hold up, OJ.
He had some drugs.
Obviously.
He did drugs. That's on him. I'm not going to tell someone to live their life. He didn't hurt anyone.
He's not poor guy. It's illegal. So if it's illegal, you're an adult.
It's illegal in America too, but everyone still does it.
That's why you say poor guy, as if he did nothing wrong. It's illegal.
No, but how it's being treated there? Poor guy is in like, sure, get arrested. That's fine.
When
take away his whole game,
when
just
nearly
strip him out of another.
Hold up. When 95% of the drug industry in Japan or whatever it is controlled by the Yakuza, that is a big problem.
Who says he bought it from the Yakuza? What if he just bought it from like Yojo from down the street or something?
Well, that's the thing. Like, we don't know, but most of the drug trade is controlled. The majority of the drug trade in Japan is controlled by the Yakuza.
Japan needs to figure that stuff out.
They've got to figure it out a lot better than we do. I'll tell you that right now.
95% still owned by the Yakuza. We don't have a mafia in America anymore like we used to. We figured that out.
Listen.
Figure out the Japanese mafia.
Well, it's not a big deal, but obviously it's a big deal.
Jordan,
I got a big deal.
Jordan, I got your back on this. OJ, this is not a big deal.
But it is.
Like he said, poor guy. If the man was snorting some cocaine lines, he obviously had a hard day. So poor guy, I feel for you. Whatever.
Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a question.
You got to hit rock bottom to snort some cocaine.
Let me ask you guys a question. This is obviously not a big deal, right? So recently, they're in the news. I want to get. There's been some academic scandals with the rich and famous and their kids. You guys hear about that?
Yeah, the cheating scandal at the college.
Is that a big deal?
That's a big deal.
So that's a big deal. But this is not education.
That's education fraud. That takes money and ruins other things, and that's lying to get certain positions, man. This is a guy who, in private, just wanted to get high.
But it's illegal.
But he wouldn't hurt anyone. He didn't hurt anyone.
Hold on, Jordan. Let me back you up on this real quick. That's not even the same thing, OJ.
No, I didn't say it was the same thing. I said it's illegal. They're both illegal things.
But one is way more detrimental than the other. This man just wanted to snort some lines.
I didn't talk about the overall detriment. I said illegal. They are both illegal things that are happening. You can't bend the book to your own will. Like, oh, well, that's illegal.
OJ,
you can't bend the book.
Listen, hold on.
Illegal.
Let me say something.
They are both illegal, OJ. We know that. But it's how it's done. If you're not hurting yourself, if the only thing you're doing is only pertaining to you illegally, even if it's illegal, comparing it to fraud or taking money or scamming or hurting someone or all stuff like that, if you're doing a drug to yourself, not saying that's good, not saying you should, but if it's to yourself, I don't see why that's a bigger issue than someone who's hurting others with its money or personal or whatever. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's a bigger deal. The college academic scandal because there's money and fraud and forging involved. That's all
Yeah,
lies
man.
and
Look,
hurting
look,
people.
look,
a guy
you-
wanted to do a line of
So
cocaine
how
and he's
big of a
he's
deal-
worth.
So on a scale of 1 to 10,
1 to 10.
what is how big of a deal? So how big of a deal is drugs
I'm
compared to scandals in college? You
I'm
know?
gonna
Where are
give
we
you- I'm gonna give
putting
you the
the
scale.
scandals
Hold
in
on.
college?
Let me
Because
put the
I'll tell you
scale.
something right now. This is first of all, Baron, all this stuff with the scandal in schools. This has been happening forever, right?
Yeah,
I
it
did not
has.
get into certain schools over certain people when it comes to football. Same thing happens to my friend.
yes.
He didn't get into USC. He got scholarships from 50 others. My friend Big Ben got scholarships, 6'6", 310 pounds. Got scholarships to nearly every school but USC. Somebody else got in that had a booster that was a dad there. So this has been happening forever. So
Yeah, look, I'm not condoning that, but what I'm saying on a scale of 1 to 10, the cocaine incident is a 0.2. Because that
0.2.
don't matter. Because that's just that man snorting the line in his home or whatever he doing.
So
this college
illegal
thing
drugs,
is
illegal drugs are not a big deal.
He didn't hurt anyone. All he did was self-harm
Illegal
himself
drugs into
at
your
the end of the
country
day.
is not a big deal.
They're
That's
already
what
in
you
the
guys are saying
country.
right now.
They're already there.
So it's
He
okay
didn't
for
bring
let me-
everybody,
let me-
as long as they
hold
don't hurt
up.
anybody else. It's okay for everybody to go out and buy illegal drugs.
No.
You clearly aren't
Okay,
hearing
hold
what I
on.
said. You
OJ,
clearly did
hold
not
up,
hear
bro.
what I said. I said, yes, if you are the trafficker, if you are bringing it into the country, yes, that's the bad side of it. If you're just someone who went in there and not saying, listen, OJ, again, this is true. I'm not saying go do drugs. I'm not saying take them and harm yourself. I'm saying that's bad. That's the no-no. But if you are a person who is just purchasing them for your own self-consumption and non-harming anyone else but yourself, that is the least offensive illegal thing that you can do. It is worse that you steal a candy bar because you are hurting a business.
I could object to that because once you're
What?
high on cocaine, you could do a lot of bad stuff to people around
But
Did
you.
he
he?
didn't do it. But he didn't do
But
anything.
you could
If he did, it's a different combo.
Crashed and
Was he driving? Like that's what I'm saying.
No,
If he did
but-
that stuff, then yes, then
But
absolutely I
that's
would
why
reprimand
these drugs
him.
are illegal, though, because they can make you do certain things.
But
Hold
if he
up,
was
hold
just
up,
at his
wait.
house by himself getting high,
OJ,
then we
hold
don't
up,
know the
hold
rest
hold
of
up,
the
man.
story. Maybe
Hold
he's
up,
trying
man.
to get high and hop on, play some Yakuza. All right.
Hold up,
So-
wait. OJ, hold up, man. That don't matter what the effect of drugs do. We got stuff that's legal like alcohol that messes you up and make you do stupid shit as well.
And I know, and there's also there's restrictions on that, right? There's restrictions on, and I get it.
But it's
no,
legal though.
I get it.
It's
And-
legal.
And I get it. It's legal. And I get it. It's legal. And I understand. But what I'm just trying to say here is that the problem, it's not just the people who sell them and all that. It's also the people who buy. That's also a problem too. Selling and buying is a problem.
Okay.
You guys are saying like, oh well, he didn't do anything. He just bought some. I mean, if people
You
never bought
didn't
it,
hear what I said then.
No, I
I
heard
said
what
it
you said.
is a problem.
I heard what
but
you
it's
said.
the least
the
offensive problem
least
out there.
I know it's the least offensive.
Literally.
It is.
It's the
What
least
are you gonna say?
offensive.
Buying and doing cocaine yourself is worse than murder? It's not.
No,
They're
no.
on the complete opposite side of the
No, I
spectrum.
didn't go that
Literally,
far. I didn't go that
one and
far.
under is doing drugs by yourself. Everything else is high up on the spectrum that he could have gotten in trouble for.
I
But he
personally
didn't
feel-
hurt anyone. He didn't drive. He didn't do anything. He didn't even hurt himself. He just did drugs and got caught.
I personally feel that keeping these stupid, drug runners in business, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Keeping these guys in business is a problem. If people didn't buy this junk, these people wouldn't be doing this.
And that's
Hold on, let me-
unfortunate that it has to be that way in certain places. But at the same time, maybe he didn't get it from the sources who are fueling that stuff. Maybe he got it from his friend literally in an apartment down the street who was like, yeah, man, I got you. Here's a little bit. I got you.
Let me say something about what OJ said though. There's nothing wrong with what you said, that people continuing to buy the drugs from the people who keep supplying them. But it's hard to just think of it that way when we got stuff that's legal, that can mess you up just as bad or worse. We got pharmaceutical medicine that is just as worse as cocaine, but it's legal and they shoot you up with it. It's like, it's kind of hard to believe in that. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying, but you got to think of it the whole way.
And then this stupid comment in the chat. I'm not calling you stupid, I'm calling your comment stupid. L Jink saying that a problem is a problem no matter what the gravity of it. Okay, so if I trip someone on the street as opposed to me going up to someone on the street and shooting him in the head, what's the worst problem?
Yeah,
what's the worst problem?
I think you guys, you know,
Well, they're both a problem. That was one of them.
No, if I trip someone, it's like, oh, hey, sorry, or oh, I killed you. That's the problem.
No, one of them. I see what
they
you're
don't
saying.
equal what the gravity of it. Like it doesn't equal the gravity. That they're not like, oh, they're both bad things we got to talk about.
It's
You're going to
subjective.
talk about the murder. If
Wait
I
a
trip
minute.
someone, it's not
Time
even
out,
going to get a
Jordan.
headline.
If you trip somebody and they fell into the Grand Canyon, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
Oh, come on. Oh, my God.
If you trip someone and they fell into a never-ending hole, then that's a problem.
Oh, man. I'm done, man. Y'all Bottom line is, there's a lot of bad stuff out there that's illegal. There's a lot of bad stuff out there that's legal. I'm not sitting up here to saying that you need to use one or other or use any of them. Do whatever the hell you want to do. That don't affect me. As long as you ain't
on the
affect me.
PS4. You can't do that in Japan. So let's go. You can do whatever you want, but except play Judgment. So we're gonna take questions. It's already, like I said, it's a bit late for the East Coast boys and girls weirdos. So let's go ahead and let's take some questions. You guys have been tagging me in damn near everything tonight.
I mean,
Welcome
we're
to
talking
Drug
about
Essence.
some heavy topics.
Yes. So if
Man.
you guys have questions, not on Judgment. If you have questions on actual games,
This is kind of funny
I
because
think we
he's
missed the
getting
topic,
judged.
didn't we?
He's getting judged over in the
no,
game
we
that
did.
involved
Baron,
Gabe's
did you
judgment.
want
so.
I know you wanted to speak about some other things, but maybe we might want to wait till next week on that because we already had
All
a
right.
packed episode and we're already. Like I said, I don't want to get you guys out of here too late.
Yeah,
and I want to go to sleep. I'm old. So there you go. I just realized that I'm old. I mean,
I could see that in your values. Doing cocaine is detrimental to society.
I
These kids and their cocaine.
Yeah.
And
So
And
wait,
take-
OJ, I got a
take
quick
walks
question,
in the morning. I take walks in the morning and I reflect on my life. Yes, I'm old. I don't give a damn. Screw all.
OJ, let me ask you a question. Since you you this big anti-drug, war on drug guy now.
Oh my god.
Do you believe in legalized weed?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
He's in California.
Okay.
I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. And it's just not my thing. But it's something, in my opinion, from what I've seen, it's less harmful than like alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh,
what
it's
I've seen.
100% less harmful than alcohol.
It's less harmful than them
there-
damn cigarettes they sell you at this damn store.
Yeah, cigarettes, which is horrible. I'm a kinesiology major, and I know the effects that cigarettes have. I know the effects that alcohol, cigarettes, and that type of stuff have. And to me, weed kills your brain cells, but then again, a lot of people don't have that much anyway. So, it's just, it's fine. I don't think it's too much of a problem. Like, literally, some people just don't have as much anyway. So, why not? Let them do whatever they want. So, there you go. Go ahead,
As
Andy.
a nurse, I would suggest you don't do drugs because it's not fun.
I suggest you don't do drugs at all. If
But,
you want
I'm not judging or anything.
I'm not judging either, but I suggest you don't do anything. If you want to look youthful, if you want to survive long enough, if you want to be in good health, if you don't want to be like all jacked up and stuff when you're older, I suggest not doing anything. My brother, he's getting up there. I'm not getting up there in age, but like whenever we're together, they think that like I'm the older brother, or they think that we're the same age, and he's several years older than me because this dude does nothing. So he looks in his 20 something, because he's.
That's good, right?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. It's great, So I suggest doing that. Same thing with my mom. My mom looks a lot younger than what she actually is. My sister Linda, all of them. Everybody in my family pretty much looks a lot younger than they actually are because nobody does drugs. So
I agree with y'all on that. I don't want y'all to think that I be doing no drugs, because I don't. I don't be doing no drugs. I was just saying. I was just trying to be transparent on both sides of the argument.
Absolutely.
And since we talking about those drugs, half of y'all need to get off that drug called sugar, because that's messing you up too.
Yeah, I threw away all the junk food and sugar in my house. I got
No
lose some weight.
sugar, no calories. I'm on that wave.
So let's get some questions. T Dude has a question from Andy. He says, "How is she doing? How is she doing playing Bayonetta 2? How are you doing playing Bayonetta 2?"
Oh,
I'm having a blast. Like literally, I started that game and it was like boss fight after boss fight after boss fight. So it's very cool. It's very fast paced. I'm loving it. So if you want to check it out, be sure to catch my live streams.
Did you start Devil? I saw that you bought Devil May Cry 5, right?
Yes, I did.
Have you
I
played it
haven't
yet?
started yet.
Oh, you haven't started it.
I've been playing Kirby's
I'm
Epic
interested
Yarn.
to see which one you think is like. What do you think is better between Bayonetta and Devil May Cry? Interested to hear your
So
thoughts.
far, like Bayonetta has the best dodging. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
I dodge and it feels like I'm in the Matrix. Like
Yes.
stuff.
That's so
Mm.
cool.
But Devil May Cry is kind of a little bit clunkier. I can feel it.
What else, Mandy?
She hasn't played too much. She hasn't started it yet. So
Look, Mandy, just go ahead and say it. You know
I
what
can
you
say
wanna
it. I'm gonna have a video on it later. But
Bayonetta shits on Devil May Cry. Just go ahead and say it.
I
Bay-
mean, I like both.
Bayonetta is a much better game than Devil May Cry. At first, I was like,
Bayonetta
maybe
is
they're
the
close.
queen.
Devil May Cry, the graphics are really good. I think people are being swept up a little bit by the
The
graphics.
gameplay is kind of clunky.
The gameplay is clunky, and the graphics are really good. The gameplay's a bit clunky. The dodging is the worst dodging that I've ever seen in an action game a modern action game in the history of my life. It is the worst dodging that I've ever. I have no idea what they were doing when they were programming it.
But we can agree that stories for both the Devil May Cry series and the Bayonetta series are just stupid craziness.
But I love
Well,
it.
yeah, Bayonetta's story is a little bit crazy.
They're both stupid crazy. Yeah, I agree.
They're
with
both
that. They're
just
both dumb
stupid crazy,
Yeah.
and in a fun way. Like they're just nonsense. It's like, what's the next random thing they're gonna throw at you? Oh, this character. Like look at Bayonetta as a character herself. Her clothes are her hair, are her weapon.
Yeah.
She
like,
got
That's
good hair.
beautiful. I mean,
I
that's
know, but
that's
like that concept, like that's just a crazy thing. Look
Yeah,
at the
it's
intro to Devil May Cry 5. With the van's flipping over and the girl driving's just worried about making sure she catches her cigarette.
It was
He's
awesome.
doing
Yeah,
flips and doing shots everywhere.
I can tell those
It's
two games
ridiculousness.
are like brother and
And
sister.
look, I got a video coming up, but I don't have a problem debating anybody when it comes to Devil May Cry versus. Now that I've played I've been getting into Devil May Cry, and I know the mechanics in and out. And I'm about halfway through the game, and I've been playing. Bayonetta absolutely kind of destroys this game. This game is good, but we don't get a lot of games like Bayonetta. We don't get a lot of games like Bayonetta. We don't get a lot of stylish action games. Devil May Cry is a solid game. It's good in its own right. I like it. But holy crap, Bayonetta's way better than it. Like, the gap is really huge now, in my opinion. That dodging mechanic is the worst dodging mechanic. Why do you need to press RB? So you have to lock onto a target just to dodge. You can't just dodge normally.
You have to hold it too.
You have to hold it. You have to hold RB. You have to press A, and then you have to be making sure that you dodge in the direction that Dante is looking. Sometimes dodge is up or down. Sometimes dodge is left or right. Why? In the heat of battle, why? Usually games, you just press a direction and you press the A button or the B button and you dodge in the direction that you pressed. Why is it this complex? Hold down a button, hold down this, look at which way Dante or Nero or V is facing, and then press up or down or left or right based on the direction that they're facing. That is the most ridiculous dodge system that I've ever seen in a game. And other Devil May Cry games have done the same thing, but it's just, I played the other one 10 years ago, so it was just
Write them a note.
Oh, they need to patch it. This is the most frustrating dodge system that I've ever seen. It should be something very easy. God of War is very easy.
Speaking of patches,
Every action game that I know of is very easy to dodge. This game makes it some type of event to dodge in
You
the
should
game.
play Nier Automata.
speaking of patches, Spyro got that patch finally.
Yes, text, yes.
A lot more than text. Not everything, but a lot of good stuff. Motion blur has been turned off. There's a slider for that now. Subtitles,
Flying?
gameplay fixes, bunch
The
of stuff.
flying? Does he still fly the same?
Yeah, what's wrong with the flying?
I don't like that up is down and down is up.
I don't know if they've have inverted options, but
That's
yeah.
like annoying.
Yeah, you have to. I hate it too, but I'm just used to it at this point. But no, they added a lot of good fixes to it. But the subtitles, that's a big one. The motion blur, that's a big one. They got those out of the way. Longer than it should have taken them, but at least we got a patch. So there you go. Spyro is now playable for anyone who got motion sickness or is deaf.
Cool. That's good. The text was good that they put in there.
Yeah.
I just want to say, guys, with the Devil May Cry, the gameplay is actually good, though. The gameplay's fun. It's good. But some people were saying, like, I remember I had a discussion there talking about, like, functional, like, they said Devil May Cry has more functional combos. And I'm like, how does it have more functional combos? It doesn't even have, like, dodge offsetting. It doesn't even have, like, advanced stuff like that. And you can put weapons on your hands and your feet, and your hands and your feet have a bunch of combo strings. Devil May Cry kind of has, like, one button combat, and then the B button does some type of, like, special or alternate attack. The only exception is Dante. Dante has different styles that he can do, which that's pretty in depth. There's a lot of different things, but Nero and V that are not like Dante. Bayonetta just has way more options in dodging combat. It's just the original Bayonetta has dodge. I thought they would implement some type of dodge offset, and what I mean by that, guys, is like when you're doing a combo in Bayonetta, you can press like A, or let's just say generic. You can just press like A. Let's say the combo is A. In Bayonetta, you can press A. You can hold down that last button. You can dodge, activate a witch time, and then you can finish that combo that you started. So you cut off your combo in the middle. Yeah, you can finish the combo. So that's called dodge offsetting. So that gives a little bit more like range and breadth to your combos. You don't have to worry like if somebody interrupts your combo, you can finish it, and then you also get more points. You get more stylish points or more, multiplier when you do dodge offsets. Devil May Cry doesn't have anything like that. So, and the original Bayonetta had that. So we're talking back in 2009, 2010. That had that. Devil May Cry does not have that. So this is, that's what I'm talking about. Like, well, they didn't really do. I mean, there's advanced stuff. Dante is the advanced one in the game, but I don't know, man.
One quick thing. Bayonetta is she's the queen now. I mean, I don't think nobody else can claim the queen of gaming right now except her.
Action games, absolutely.
I mean,
To be.
I mean, just period. I mean,
to be.
Oh, stop it. You better off.
2B's cool.
You better off saying that girl Shulk is the queen of games.
I had a what's it called though? I had a Xenoblade Chronicles video today. I was happy with it. I was like, yeah, I got some Xenoblade love going down, so I was happy with it.
You put the
lime in the coconut.
Shulk. Nice. You should have put that image you showed us.
It was all. I used all fan art for the thumbnail. I used all fan art because the fan art is sometimes better than the actual art of the game. So I used all fan art for the thumbnail. So that's why I wanted to make it the first two games more realistic fan art, and then the last two games was more of the pencil drawn like art, anime style art. Because the first two games, well, the second game, Xenoblade Chronicles X, that's going for more of a realistic type of, anime/realistic look with the mechs. Xenoblade Chronicles, the original, was weird because it was on the Wii, so there was all sorts of compromises here and there. But yeah, no, it was cool. It was I love Xeno. Xeno's great. All right, so if you guys have questions, like I said, we'll answer questions for about 5 more minutes, and then
I got a question for y'all.
Okay.
Because this will probably be too late to talk about it next week. So we could just real quick, just answer the question. How did y'all feel about that ridiculous Sony buying Take-Two?
Where did that come from? That was shut down so quick.
So stupid.
I just didn't understand why people believed it in the first place. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
One, it's not like Take-Two's looking to be bought.
Exactly.
And 2, you know how much money they would have to offer? It would be in the billions. It's for them to even consider looking at the check.
It would have to be multiple. Like it would have to be.
It would at minimum have to be about $4 to $5 billion, like the same cost of when Disney bought Star Wars, just to even see the check.
I was thinking that because their value is a lot more. Grand Theft Auto sold 100 million.
Yeah, it's still going strong.
And it's still going. Red Dead's still going. I mean, you can like the license, like imagine like a Grand Theft Auto movie, Like it's the value is just so much. I mean, I don't know if I don't think Sony can afford like to just give somebody that much money like that.
No.
I think the crazy thing about it, I was like, when the rumors took off today and early today, I was like, why is people feeding into this? I don't think Sony is even in a place to be able to make a purchase like that. So why are we even
And why at the same time, why would even Take-Two want to sacrifice half their fan base? A third or 2/3 of their fan base, computer, putting games on computer when they do, like Grand Theft Auto 5, or on Xbox One, where majority people enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 2 better. So that's so stupid. Like no amount of money, even though to would take them over there and be like, oh, cool, we just got like $10 billion. It's great. But like you're cutting off a huge amount of sales on 2 other platforms. That's huge.
It
That's
blew
such a
my
stupid
mind.
rumor.
Well,
Like,
It blew my mind that it caught so much traction. I was like, y'all really feeding into this?
it got
just blew my
debunked
mind.
so quick. Like it literally was like it went out, and then 2 minutes later, like it's not real. And then Sony had to come out like this morning and be like, yeah, we're not gonna
We're
buy
not
it.
We're not that.
We're not buying
We're
it.
not buying them because we don't have the money to do that. Like, it's like, what are y'all talking about? Like,
They're like sitting there like, oh, we totally could if we wanted to, but we aren't. Just all shy about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that was all about. And I said that in my video. I had no idea what that was all about.
I know what it was about, OJ. I'm gonna tell you what it was about.
What was it about?
It was about because Sony had at E3. Sony didn't give you no PSX. Sony ain't got no damn games coming for you except for that trash ass Days Gone. They just
that's
wanted something to
another
talk about
controversy.
Sony. That's all it was. It was like, well, we ain't talked about Sony in a minute. Let's just talk about them for something. Because you ain't gonna be talking about them coming E3.
I mean,
So it's like we might as well talk about something. Cause they just dead over here.
Did you see that Days Gone article that like Game Ran or whatever wrote up where it's like you could kill kid zombies in the game and Twitter is upset, and it showed one tweet of a person who retweeted it, and the one retweet, the person just put ew. That and they're like Twitter is upset and furious about killing kid zombies. I'm like, one, that's something I thought we knew was in the game, and two, it says ew. Like that could be interpreted anyway, and that's not even upset. It's one tweet. It showed one tweet in the article.
It's at this point like
It's so dumb.
you know. Y'all know I like bashing on Sony fanboys.
You hate Sony. Then they hate you.
Listen.
You hate
Listen,
Sony, and Sony fans hate you.
Yeah, Sony fans hate me, but the fact that the reality is they don't have much to talk about today, so they just digging for anything.
I mean, they have a catalog of stuff to talk about, but this year they don't. Just this year they don't. Xbox gets all the word of mouth this year because of all what they're doing.
They news is dry as hell right now. It's like the Sahara. It's like sandpaper.
There is that rumor that Last of Us 2 has that November potential release date.
Oh God. You mean all they got to look forward to is a game coming out in April that you don't know if it's gonna be good, and then all the way in November? Ouch.
What does Xbox have?
Ouch.
Xbox has 0 games.
What is Xbox about to unveil a new console, so I mean
so it's PlayStation.
Yeah, they both
are ready to drop new consoles. So it's like Crackdown 3, enough said. It ain't good.
Oh my God.
I played 6 hours of it. It's bad. But you know what? I'll give it to him. Still had fun playing a bad game.
Stop it. But
what else? You're gonna compare they had Crackdown 3, but yeah, then I'll take Days Gone and Last of Us, and I'll still be way better than Crackdown 3.
New Forza coming out? New Forza?
Oh no, there's no Forza this year. They said no Forza this year.
Oh, no Forza this year? Wow.
What was the other thing? The Death Stranding possibly coming out this year as well. Whatever that game is.
Death Stranding is not coming out. Kojima already said it's behind schedule. So who keeps coming up with these lies?
I'm just saying, rumors everywhere.
No. I'm not blaming you, Jordan. I'm saying who keep coming up with these blatant lies and putting
apparently
them out?
these journalists who put their stuff on Twitter, these different websites that just want an article for clicks. Like the same YouTubers who just put out clickbait like confirmed new leak, and it's like there's nothing about this at all.
I don't like
in the video.
that like new leak. Like
I hate that, man.
And that's why, like in my Animal Crossing video today, like I put like leak or rumor and a question mark. I didn't say it's a new leak. Didn't say massive leak. It's a leak, or it's because the person is calling it a leak. Yeah. I think it's just a rumor, and I don't think it's 100% true. I think it was just a wish list of crap that people already want anyway. And I was like, here's what the person put out. It got a lot of traction. Let's talk about it. I don't like doing the speculation stuff anymore. And I don't like the term leak unless you like see something and it's legit. Like if a new Pokemon actually got leaked and you see that it's like from the Pokemon company's hands by accident, that's one thing. But you know how many people every year make up their own Pokemon, put it on 4chan, then make a video about the Pokemon they put on 4chan going, guys, this new Never Before thing, like I've seen someone who literally made it, put it online and did a video on it and got like 40,000 views in one night.
I believe
that's
you, Jordan,
what happened.
But the thing that bothers me is that these journalists and these sites that you used to think credible are now running with this stuff like it's facts, and it drives me nuts.
It's not, and I'm not gonna say name to give him any more attention to this one journalist, but there is such a scummy journalist out there, this really famous journalist, just super, super scummy, and the stuff that I know that he's doing behind the scenes and how he's acting.
Oh no! Now you gotta give us a hint.
No, OJ, I thought you were there when we were talking about this with the other people, but I'll tell you, I literally, for legal reasons, for no slander, I do not want him coming literally in what he does to other people and threatening me and blackmailing me or whatever he wants to do.
You can tell me after the stream.
But listen, there's game journalists out there. Do not trust them. There's some of the bigger ones. There are ones out there that'll do anything just to crap on the industry and hurt other people in the industry. So just saying, take it for a grain of salt when you hear stuff from people. Don't believe every article or headline. And I think that should be obvious, but a lot of people still like to retweet and go, oh, what just happened? Like with Borderlands 3, like that came directly from Gearbox with an image. Like if that came from Joe Schmo Twitter account that tweeted that out, I wouldn't believe that. Anyone can make that. But since it came from Gearbox and they do have a panel that day, makes sense. So that's
what we can believe is that the podcast is definitely over. So let's go ahead and go. You guys like that? Am I getting better?
I mean, right. your shade game is like a 5.5.
Yeah, I need to up that. But we're gonna go ahead and go with sign offs. Mandy, where can they find your channel at, Mandy?
You can find my channel at Mandy Lee Plays. So yeah, check it out. I do Nintendo stuff, live stream stuff, or whatever piques my interest. So check it out.
All right.
A heart for you. There.
Oh, there's a heart. Next up is Jordan Fringe. Jordan, where can they find you?
You can find me on my channel, Jordan Fringe, as well as Twitter, Jordan Fringe 94. Basically focusing a lot on Nintendo content right now, mainly Pokemon with my new Pokemon Explained series. And then the video I linked in the chat here is my Animal Crossing video where I go over this leak or rumor, and I kind of just go point by point of everything that got put out there. So go check it out if you're interested in hearing what I have to say on all that.
We could link our stuff.
Yeah, people have to find you.
Yeah, link your
stuff. Link a video. Say, hey, check me out here. Subscribe to me now. It's me, Mandy. Here's my latest video. Sub me right now.
Yeah. I just didn't know because he didn't say, so I was like,
what do you mean? You're part of the pod. You are a co-host. You have permissions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Feel free. All right, and Baron, where can they find you at, my man?
Y'all can find me at the Emperor Baron Black. I'm actually going to post the link right now.
Don't say click on your head.
So I don't.
That don't work. Only on mobile it works.
I put the link didn't even work. Well, anyway, why the link didn't work?
Are you not type in the chat so I can make you a mod, and then it'll work.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh man. So that's what was stopping me from before.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, yeah.
Now you can link it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this link up in here real quick. Bam, there it is. You know what I mean? Go ahead and click on that. That's me getting at Phil Spencer about his little Xbox thing he got going on. There will be more rants about flat grass coming in the very, very near future. Because it's 2019, we can't be having flat grass.
It's the year of the flat grass.
This is the year of the flat grass. I was looking at so many games, especially from Japan. Yo, all of them got flat grass, bro. All of them got flat grass. Even everyone said Yokai Watch 4 looks amazing. There's flat grass all over Yokai Watch 4, and that game's nearly done.
Okay,
even the upcoming Grass Simulator has flat grass.
I'm team no flat grass in 2019. Okay, that's
your flat grass out of here.
We ain't got no time for that. We want voluptuous grass.
Voluptuous.
Okay.
Grass like a woman. Voluptuous.
We want some junk in the trunk when we come to this grass in 2019. Okay, that we don't want no more flat grass. No ironing boards. No tables. We need some 3D roundness. Okay, we talking about some apple bottom peaches. That's what we talking about right now. That's the type of grass we need right now in these games in 2019.
I'm gonna let them know.
Write the letter.
Thick grass. That's what I'm talking about. Thick grass. That's what we're looking for. Thick.
Thick
All right,
grass.
thick grass. Okay, no flat
I
grass.
like that. Hashtag thick grass. Show me
All
the
right.
best grass you've seen.
And that's y'all check my channel out. I actually gonna make a video tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video tomorrow. Relating probably to how Nintendo is pushing Astro
grass.
Train so hard.
Yes,
I mean,
I'm gonna watch that.
they're
I'm gonna be
pushing
talking
that
about
hard,
soon,
and
too.
I think I'm gonna double down on that's probably going to be a big contender for Game of the Year. For how hard they're pushing that game, I believe it.
Everybody told me I was crazy when I said that this is the most important new IP, one of the most important new IPs for Nintendo since Pokemon. They're like, what now? I'm like, bro, wait until you see what they're gonna do with this game. Wait until you see. But anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. That wraps up PE podcast number 43. Appreciate all of you guys. Hit that like button before you go. Subscribe if you're someone new, and we will see you guys back tomorrow for Player Essence Cross Nintendo. That's really fun because all I do is random stuff on there, and we talk about the best Nintendo news for the week. And then also we got a sponsored stream for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, so look out for that tomorrow night late. We'll be doing that, and we might be playing Smash Brothers early, so if you want to get some sponsored battles in for Super Smash Brothers, gonna have that tomorrow as well, plus the normal videos and everything. So look forward to all
plenty
the
of thick grass. There's plenty of thick grass in Breath of the Wild. Watch that.
Breath of the Wild's good. Also, shout outs to Cinnamon the Hacker. Thank you for the $2 donation. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Say bye, Baron.
Bye. I did the Wakanda.
Oh,
Wakanda.
okay. Okay, that's true. You did. Bye, guys.